Okay, hello everyone. In last lecture, we have learned a Euclid division algorithm. Okay, in that we have learned how to find HCF using Euclid division algorithm and the finding the properties. Okay, now just take one more example of finding properties. Okay, so the question says, this question is from exercise 1.1, question number 4. Using the Euclid division lemma to show that the square of any positive integer is either of the form 3m or 3m plus 1. So here what we have asked is a square. Okay, a square of any numbers. Okay, in earlier class we have seen that we have to show that the odd number it's in some form only. Here we have asked this a square of any positive integer is either of this form, this one 3m or 3m plus 1. So let's take solution. So let A be any positive integer. A be any positive integer. So by Euclid's division and and b is my 3. So by Euclid division algorithm, a equals to bq multiplied with r, where r is less than or equals to 0 or let's say b. So what are the possibilities for the r? Here r, if you put 3 over here, so the r's possibility is 0, 1 and 2 only. So therefore my r equals to 0, 1 and 2 only. Therefore now the case 1, when r equals to 0, my a is 3q plus 0, it means 3q only. But in this question asked is a square of any numbers. It means we have to take the square of it. So a square equals to 3q square. Okay. Now it's 9q square. Now look at over here. We have to show that the square of positive integer either in the form of 3m or 3m plus 1. So can you identify its form? So here if I am taking 3 common, what left with 3q square? Okay, so this one is my any positive integer. I am taking this one as constant. Take 3. I am taking this one as m only. So m. Okay, 3m. I am taking this one as m, where m is my any integer. Okay, so I'm getting this form 3m. Now case 2, when r equals to 1, so a equals to 3q plus 1, we have to square it. So 3q plus 1 to the whole square, which is 9q square plus 6q plus 1 again I'm getting less. Okay, so 3, say I'm taking this one as a only, plus 1. Okay, first one is here, plus 2 and so on. Okay, so 3n, where n is integer. Okay, what I'm writing over here is where n is my any integer. So whenever I square it, I always get in this form or else say 3n plus 2 and so on. Okay, hence proof. If you want to write the third case, you can write. Otherwise, in the questions were asked is 3m and 3m plus 1. So there is no need to write the third case. The questions asked till here only. But here we just find one another possibilities of us, so we just write it down if you want to. Now try to find for this one. Okay, you have to write this third case by your own self. Okay, I'm not doing it. Okay, note it down. So we have seen the quick overview of chapter number 1. The first thing we have learned is a Euclid division algorithm. Now the second thing is a fundamental theorem of factorization or fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Okay. In introduction, we have seen that fundamental theorem of arithmetic is nothing but my prime factorization. What? My prime factorization. Okay, what is prime number? A prime number, a number, it has only two factors. First one is a number 1 and the second one is a number itself. Okay. Other than the prime numbers, the remaining are my composite number. Now the composite number are those numbers whose factorization is more than 2. Okay, whose factorization is more than 2. Now observe how we do the factorizations. Okay, so 2 12s are, 2 6s are, 2 3s are, 3 3s are 1. Okay, this way we can do. So what are the factors of 2? So 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Okay, so now 2 into 3 into 2 into 2. Now 3 into 2 into 2 into 2. Okay, now observe this one. Which one is the correct? All are correct. Why? Because when you multiply all these things, we get the 24 over here. Okay, so in division I have also asked one question that which one is the correct. Okay, the only one thing is correct because there is a proper where to write those divisions. Okay. Now in multiplication there is no matter. You can write in any order because all are in multiplication. While you multiply this, we get the 24 as the answer. Okay. So what you have observed from this one? Okay. When you find product of any integers, when you find the product of integers, it's in a form of prime factors. Okay, it's in a form of prime factors. And the second thing you have observed is a prime factorization of numbers are unique. Prime factorization of numbers are unique. It means, okay, here I have taken a 24. If I take a number 12, okay, what's the factorization of this? 2 into 2 into 3 only. See, every order pair are unique in nature. Here 1, 2 is there, but 1, 2 is remained over here. So we can say that every pair of prime factorization is unique in nature. Okay, if you take the 15, so 3 into 5, every pair is unique in nature. Okay, you will not get a same pair of factorizations. Okay, so if you take a 24, you will get this one pair. Here, if you take 15 as a pair, you will get a different pair. Okay, here the 5 is not coming in 24. So we can say that every pair of prime factorization is unique in nature. Okay. So now just observe what I have said is that when every composite number can be expressed in a prime factorization. Every composite number can be expressed in a prime factorization. Okay, the second thing is every prime factorization is unique in nature. Unique in nature, every prime factorization is unique in nature. And the third thing is order does not matter. Okay, order does not matter except from the order. Every prime factorization is unique in nature except from its order. Okay, you can write in any order. Okay, all these three are correct. Okay, so when I just combine all the statement, it's nothing but my fundamental theorem of arithmetic. It's nothing but my fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So every composite number can be expressed as the product of prime factorization and factorization is a unique in nature apart from in which order is occur. Yes. So this is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Okay. Now the application of arithmetic is we just to prove irrational and to check if decimal expansion is terminating or not. Okay, so let's just see some examples. Now, find the LCM and HCM of 6 and 20 by prime factorization method. Okay, one important thing is, if the questions were asked using the prime factorization, we are going to use that method. If the question asked you by using the Euclid division algorithm, so you have to do that method. You have to do that method to find HCF. Okay, now LCM by prime factorization method. So now 6. Now find the 6 factors is say 2 and 3. Now the 20's factorization is 2 2s are 4, 4 5s are 20. Okay, now LCM. LCM of 6 and 20. LCM of 6 and 20. Now we get 2 to the power 2 and power 1 only. LCM. In LCM, we are going to see the highest power of prime factors. Okay, highest power of prime factor, including all the elements. Okay, so here 2 also given over here in a 6 and 2 also given in a 20 also. So which one is the highest one? The 20th one is highest one. The 2 less to 2. Okay, again the remaining one is 3 and 5. Okay, now and the answer is 60. Okay. Now HCF of this one. HCF, in HCF we are going to see the list power which are common, the list power of prime factors which are common in both. Okay, so 2 is common, only the 2 one is common. Okay, here the 2 power is 2 and here the power is 1. So which one is the least one in a 6? So we are going to take 2. Okay, so this is the HCF and LCM of 20 and 6. Okay, now one important result that we have to keep in mind to find that HCF of A and B is in multiply with LCM of A and B is equal to nothing but a multiplication of this integer only, A and B, where A and B are positive integers. Okay, these things we have to keep in mind, that HCF is equals to nothing multiplication of those numbers only. Now you can observe over here. Now I'm using this one. HCF of 6 and 20 multiplied with LCM of 6 and 20. Okay. So here the answer should be these things only. So here the HCF is 2, LCM is 60. What's the answer? 120 only. Here again 120 only. Hence 2. Hence 2 these things. From where I'll get this one? You can directly state this answer. Okay. The HCF equals to HCF of AB is multiplied with LCM of AB equals to A multiplied with B. Now, one more example from the exercise 1.2. Exercise 1.2. Express each number as a product of prime factor. Question 1 you can do easily. So homework from exercise 1.2, question number 1. All the questions you have to do. Now find the LCM and HCF of the following pair of integer and verify this. LCM into HCF equals to the product of two numbers. It means you have to just see the solution. Okay, the example questions we have done and we proved that one also over here. Okay, the question number 2 also you can do. You have to just find the LCM and HCF and just show that this equation is satisfied or not. Okay, now the third question is find the LCM and HCF of the following integers by applying the prime factorization method. Okay, so here we have asked these 3 digits. Okay, if this one is also simple, nothing we have to do. Instead of 2 numbers, the given is 3 numbers only. Okay, the question number 3 is also easy peasy. Now question number 4. Okay, now given that is this thing, to find this one. Okay, now question number 1 I am going to explain it. You have to solve. Okay, so the question number 4 also in your homework. So the given is HCF of 306 657 equals to 9. Now find LCM. Okay, LCM of it. This formula is HCF into 306 657 into LCM of 306 657. Okay, is equals to nothing but 306 into 657 only. Okay, so we have given that this thing is equals to 9. We have to find this one. Okay, so I am taking LCM of 306 657. Now you have to multiply these things. 306 and 657 divide with this 9. If this is in a multiplication, it goes into the denominator. Now we'll solve this one. Whatever the answer you will get, that is the LCM of this number. Okay, so question number 4 you have to solve. Now the question number 6. The 6th one is also easiest one. why 7 multiplied with 11 multiplied with 13 are a composite number. Okay. Now the first one says 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. Okay. The first one says show that these numbers are my composite number. The composite numbers definition says it contains more than 2 factors. How many factors? More than 2 factors. So now observe this one. The 13 is common. I am taking 13 as common. What left is 7 into 11 plus 1. So now 13, 7 into 11 is 77 plus 1. So the 13 into 78. So this 13 into 78. Now as you can see over here, if you find the factors of 78, 78 is my even number and you can find so many factors. Okay, many factors of 78. So from this one, so you have to find the factors of now. The factors of 78 equals to, you have to find the factors are. Therefore, we can say that this number is my composite. Therefore, we can say that this number is my composite number. Okay, so the remaining one you have to check. So the question number 6 also in our homework. Okay, now just take one another example which is extra one not given in your textbook. So the question says find the largest number which divides 129 and 545 and leaving remainder 3 and 5 respectively. Okay, the question says we have to find the largest number which divides this 129 and 545 and leaving the remainder 3 and 5. Okay, so we have to find a number which divides this both and what left with remainder is 3 and 5. In general, okay, so this 129, okay, the remainder left is 3 over here and 545. The remainder left is 5. Okay. We have to find a number which divides this both number and left the remainder number here. Okay. We know the division. Okay. This steps comes after if we subtract a number over here, we get the remaining number here. So that number could be 126, 126, and over here it is 540. Okay, this number we want to find this number which divide this number and left this one. Okay, which divide these things and left this one. It means something is common. If we take LCM of these two numbers, we get that numbers. Okay, so simply we can say just we can say that finding the 126 and 540, we get the answer. Okay, so the long factorization method. So 540, 126 multiply with 4. What left with the remainder is 36. Okay, now again take 126, 36 multiply, what left with the remainder is 18. What left with the remainder is 18. Okay. So now again taking 36 and 18 twos are. Okay. So we know that whenever we get 0 in that step, my divisor is my HCF. So the HCF is 18. So the largest number, which is my 18, divide this number and leaving the remainder this one. Now check. Okay. Now if I want to check this one is, if I want to check that these things will divide, then I am taking 129. Okay, 129 and check. We know that BQ plus R, BQ plus R. Now find how to solve this one and check whether I am taking the remainder 3 over here or not. You just have to do the simpler division into 18. Okay, similarly here is my 545 B into Q plus R. Okay, check for that one by simply dividing 18, 5, 4, 5. Whether we are getting a remainder these things or no. Okay.